these offers are what we refer to as universal offers. We'll do one for the seller side, and then we'll redo this for the buyer side to showcase this. So here's going to be my big offer to James. I'm going to say, James, I sent you a one-time snapshot of what's currently happening in the market, some of the recent home sales and the current listings, but you said you bought a house in San Diego and you need to get your home sold. I wondered if you'd like me to drop by and give you a more detailed analysis. I could also go through a net sheet and we could discuss all the costs involved and figure out exactly what you're going to net in your pocket. And I can give you some tips on what to do and what not to do to prepare your home for sale. We can talk about timing, when's a good time to do this, and I can answer any of the other questions that you have. It's absolutely free of charge and you're never obligated to do anything. Would that interest you? Now, there's a pretty good chance that James doesn't know all of that. He might know what's going on in his area, but he probably doesn't know all the costs associated. He probably would like to get information on what to do and what not to do to prepare his home for sale. By the way, I really like that benefit. Yeah. Because what does that involve? What must happen for me to give him advice on what to do to prepare his home for sale?
You got to see it.
You've got to see it. It means that we've got to get together. Okay, now we're going to do the buyer script, okay? So we're going to teach you how to make universal offers to buyers and sellers. What is a universal offer? A universal offer is something everyone wants. What are the things that all sellers want? What are the universal offers that all buyers want? Because we want them to meet with us. We can't make them meet with us, we can only compel them, that's the word, compel them to want to meet with us. Now we're going to do the buyer side. Let's say that James had requested a list of fixer-upper properties. Okay, I don't know, La Jolla fixer-uppers probably don't exist. What was that other area of town?
City Heights.
City Heights fixer-uppers, okay? So I'm calling James back. Ring, ring. May I speak to James McDonald, please?
This is him.
Hi, James. It's Craig Proctor with ABC Realty, and the reason I was calling is I received your request for the list of fixer-uppers, and I just want to let you know that I've sent that information out to you, and I wondered if you folks were planning on making a move in the next little while.
I don't know.
Does that sound real? That's what they say, right? I don't know. I'm not sure. This is why I designed these probing questions. See, James is doing this purposely so I can make this point to you. Quite often, when we call back a buyer prospect, or a buyer calls you, whether it be an ad call or a sign call, when you ask them about their moving intentions, if you ever heard them be non-specific, if you ever heard them say, I don't know, we're not sure, we're just thinking about it, we must have probing questions that we ask the buyers and sellers so we can get to the truth. This is the equivalent of the example that we talked about this morning. You walk into a retail store, the salesperson approaches you and says, what, may I help you? And you respond with, I'm not sure, I'm just kind of thinking about it. Your prospects are just like you. So I have designed specific probing questions. What I've discovered is most people are not very good liars. They're not. Okay, watch this. I'm going to mess you up now. You're in the retail store, okay? Your name? Dina, okay? Dina walks into my retail store. I approach Dina. I'm the salesperson, and I approach Dina. And Dina, what do you think I'm going to say to you? But I don't. You see, if I say, may I help you, Dina is well prepared for that. She's going to say, no, thank you, I'm just looking. I know that. And I know that if I say that to Dina, Dina's going to blow me off with saying, no, thank you, I'm just looking. And no sale, no interaction will happen, and nothing will get sold. So I'm not going to do that. When Dina walks into my store, I'm going to say, oh, hi, have you been in my store before? Now that totally messes up Dina, because she's like, he's not supposed to say that. Okay, most people are not very good liars. Now, when I ask Dina, good morning or good afternoon, have you been in our store before? It messes her up. Okay, now, she has two ways to respond to that, right? Either yes, I've been in the store before, or no, I haven't. It doesn't matter how Dina answers. If she says, I've never been in your store before, I'm going to say, well, Dina, we have a special over here for brand new clients just like you for 10% off. If Dina says, I've been in your store before, I can take her to the same rack or a different rack and say, we have a special for past clients just like you for 15% off. What happens is we create dialogue. And when we